Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids podcast. We are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app. Use promo code DNVR when you sign up, like I did on this insane Manchester United Real Betis same-game parlay. That is surely not going to hit. But a boy can dream. And a boy can dream while he chills with his friends, especially super analyst Yahya.
Super Yahya. I might change my actual name to Yahya. I'm starting to think about that, actually.
Like legally?
Legally change my name to Yahya. If it can be Chosen Anderson, I can be Yahir Vazquez.
I think that's awesome. So, I support everyone changing their names.
My wife would hate me for it. She hates the word Yahya. So we'll see.
Well, you're an adult now. You get to make adult name decisions.
Yahya is an adult name decision.
The man with an adult name sitting next to me on this couch. Downtown Duane Brown.
It's me. I'm going to keep it.
You're not going to change it?
I'm going to keep it.
You've had it way longer than Yahya's been Yahya too. So you've really given it the old college try, and you're just going to keep it.
I'm going to keep it.
All right.
I'm going to just ride it out.
All right.
See what happens.
All right. Well, the three of us are here. It's a nice little midweek matinee. We had to push early. Whole crew going to Illegal Pete's. We're going to be hanging out this afternoon down at the Colfax patio. Little company outing. Going to be a good time. So we're going to talk. We got a full slate. We're going to look at the West, right? Check out the West. Going to see what's going on around the conference. We're going to look ahead to the San Jose matchup this weekend, the Quakes. And then before that, right now, we're going to ask some big questions. Big ones. And we're going to answer those big questions. How do you guys feel about that?
I am ready. I'm super ready for this.
Super ready. Super Yahya is super ready. Love that. Okay, first question for this young season. Has Yarby kept the job? Like, at this point, do you just not give the job to Illich? Like, how long does he have to keep this going?
Has he done enough to keep the job?
Yeah. Cody, let's go.
I haven't seen Cody in a while.
My guy.
I will say that I think he's done enough to at least keep that seed of doubt in Fraser's mind.
Sure.
I don't know if he's done enough to keep it because they're spending money on Marco. They brought him in. He's younger. He's definitely done enough just to at least have Fraser and Porrick doubt themselves a little bit.
I guess the way that we should probably frame it is, how many games does he have to keep this going to push off the first Marco start, Duane? Like if he keeps this form, you can't just be like, oh, here we go. Let's just, he just had 11 saves and a shutout. Was fantastic. All right, Marco, you're up.
Yeah, you can't put a guy on the bench who's having 11 saves, and I don't care what the stats say, if they're good saves or bad saves. The dude was where he needed to be, and he looked great, and he kept us, into that match and helped us to get to the draw, to get a point. I think as long as he's playing well, you got to keep starting him at least for the first month or so while Illich is getting, into the program. So I can't imagine we'll see Illich before April. That's what I think. I think
so. April 1st, you have a huge game here. You have LAFC at home. So I'll probably say any game after that would make sense. Right?
By the way, also stay tuned. We have something for April 1st.
Oh, teaser.
We do. It's no joke.
But the thing is, like, Mark H brings up a really good point. So does Logan. He wasn't great in Seattle.
I think,
and you got to see it as the season, not just this last game.
Right, but if you shout out to the homie Joseph, if you read his piece on this exact topic that we're talking about here, the numbers do not look very bad for Yarby when you look at advanced stats. Obviously, the counting stats, 4 goals is terrible. An average keeper would have given up another goal than he gave up, which is a lot. That's a big swing. And when you're looking at advanced keeper statistics, that's a big swing.
I agree with that. the thing with advanced statistics, I believe in them. I'm a big believer of them. But it's also they have to coordinate with the eye test.
Sure.
And the eye test for me in Seattle, even though the advanced statistics said they were better, the eye test didn't match. And to me, that's also like, who's Yarby? Which Yarby are you gonna get?
Right.
Was it more because Illich is finally in town and he kind of got to meet him, saw what he was doing, so he had to step up his game, or was it he just had a hell of a game? Like we gotta to me, I think Yarby has done enough just to like kind of. Okay, we can play both of you guys, take some turns, see who does better. But I don't think he's done enough to actually have a stranglehold on this job.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think the terrible result against Seattle was much more a result like last year in those bad losses where the defense just set him up to fail, even though the advanced statistics looked bad for him in those games last season. I think the way that those goals came about were because the defense basically left him out to dry, and 3 of those 4 goals were on rebounds, so he did make the save. Defense couldn't clear the save. I don't think it was as bad as that is out there. But overall, I think he's held off the first Marco game at least for a month.
I'll agree with that. And also you got to look at nobody can beat Father Time.
Nope.
Everybody's
Undefeated,
tried.
baby.
Nobody has ever beat him.
Yeah.
So how do you know that he's not... That they also don't want to try Marco because they know that Yarby's getting up there in age.
Right.
So like I think he hasn't done enough to like actually be like, this is my starting job for the rest of the year.
Shut out San Jose and have 11 saves and we'll talk. Right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Exactly. Show me you can do it again.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Is Coach Robin Fraser on the hot seat? Duane, I'm going to start with you.
Nope.
Okay. All right, we'll move to Yahya.
And back to my correspondent.
All right, next question. No. Oh, okay.
That reminds me a lot of that Family Guy bit where it's like, is it raining? It's raining. And then like, it just, all right, back to the studio.
No, I don't.
Look. Okay, the last year, right? Our whole problem was these defensive mistakes. And we said this was a cultural thing. This is a coaching problem because this is such a consistent and regular problem that we see time after time after time after time. So if that's the case, and you open up the season with a 4-0 loss, and your team's still goalless after 2,
It's one.
you don't think it's even getting warm?
No, I don't. I don't even think it's getting warm. Because one, that's the opening game. It's away, like you've got half of your squad almost is brand new. If you're expecting perfection on that game, you've got very high expectations. I think we all wanted to win, obviously, but there were some individual mistakes that were made, and of course that's memories of last year. But then there's a clear bounce back game. Last week where the defense is playing well, individuals who were making individual mistakes were coming up huge. Like as much as we want to say that Lalas had mistakes in game 1, I mean that dude was laying it out in game 2.
We'll get to that. For sure.
And we'll get to that more. But I think when your leaders are not on the pitch, your veteran leaders and Rubio and Price, to still see that turnaround, bringing in Beta helped out with some of that leadership too. I think that goes to some credit for Fraser and sort of getting the team back in a good headspace to come back in that home opener and start to shore up some of those holes.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you got to look at it like, if you do get rid of Fraser, who's next? Who are you going to bring in? Who's going to be your option? Like, are you really going to get improvement?
That's going to come to Colorado.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you're not going to get Jesse Marsh. Are you going to get a Jim Curtin level type of coach?
I think it's possible.
You might.
I do think
like the chances are super low, especially like who's a better option than Fraser right now midway through the season?
I don't think there's an obvious one. I do think I think Porig, despite what the general consensus is, I think he has a good reputation for finding what a coach wants in a roster, right? For getting value out of guys. I think Porig is a bit of an attraction. Obviously the facilities are not, which sucks, right? So you're not especially a guy like Marsh who just came from a Premier League club. Granted, it's a small Premier League club, but the resources there and the training facilities and everything are light years ahead of what they have, right? So it would be tough. I don't know.
If you
grass is not greener. I'll say that.
Yeah, especially because I will say, like, if you do bring somebody else in, you're kind of looking at a small rebuild, maybe,
Yes.
because you've committed plenty of years on this. If you bring in another coach, that means that you have to go out there and do something completely different almost.
Yep.
And try to get readjusted to a new system when you already had a whole preseason and a couple of years with this coach. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. If he has a hot seat, it'll probably be end of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way too early.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Question answered. Next question. What is up with the Wings?
This was very controversial on Twitter. That's the only reason I thought
What
about
is
this.
up with the Wings, man? And look, and okay, so let's lay some. I want to lay some context down first, right? Lewis has been hurt, right?
Correct.
This is the first full training off the injury list that we've had this season from him. Nothing bad, but just enough to not play early, right?
He's also
Cold
not on the trading
conditions.
block, so don't
Yeah.
worry about that.
So you have Lewis back, so throw that extra into the mix. I think Nicholson has played better than he did at any point last year. Mikey looks a little slow. Galvan is ramping up from an ACL. I know everyone just wants to be like, why isn't he starting? Why isn't he starting? Because he hasn't started a game since Thanksgiving of 2021. It's not that simple. Coming off a major knee injury. It's not that simple. Not that simple. Okay, and before I get to you guys for those, got to bring up Logan's comment. They are not playing for R2. They practiced. They've played They ran around a scrimmage and kicked the ball around. This is the most insane Twitter take that I saw this weekend. They just practiced. They practiced. They're soccer players that practiced soccer. And everyone melted down. Melted. So anyways, all that said, what's up with the Wingers? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead. Yeah.
My biggest thing with the Wingers is they're getting adjusted. Galvan literally had a knee injury, an ACL. It completely tore off. He took his time, like as you should, to get healthy, but it still takes time to get back to game speed. And with Cabral, he's coming from a completely different system. He's being asked way more than he's ever been asked before. Like, of course, it's gonna take a little bit of time. Do you wish he was ready? Yeah, but it's also like 2 games in. Give him some time. He'll be there. Now, if it's 10 games out and we're still seeing this trend, I will start questioning Fraser. I will start questioning the Wings. The Wings have been kind of bad. We know it. Nicholson's a black hole lately. Barrios had a good game. 1 good game out of 2. Before that, he got locked down by no who. But the thing is, you got to give him time. It takes a little while. Again, if you get 10 games in and they're still not starting, that's when I'm going to get upset. Sure. And it's like, why aren't they out there?
Yeah. Duane, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's so hard because we're only 2 games into this. There's 34 games in the season, and like I feel Rapid's Twitter is just it went wild this weekend. I mean, we came away with a point, and you would think that the team just got sold, and Colorado is sinking into a pit of hell. Like it has been just bananas takes all weekend.
Crazy.
Leading into the week. It's early. There's new players adjusting to veterans, and veterans, I think, really playing the stopgap role as we get players like, Cabral in, Galvan back from being out for a whole year with an injury. I do look at Mikey and I do look at Sam Nicholson as, kind of stopgap players. Not saying that that's a bad thing. It's saying that we're lucky to be able to have them while we're getting some of these young guys and returning from injury guys up to speed and getting them to gel. We're still figuring out the striker position. Rubio's injured. When he comes back, where is he going to play? How does that affect Yappy? How do they play together? Are they going to play together at the same time? There's just so many questions, and trying to tool this front to figure out which pieces are going to work the best together, who's going to gel, how do we manage the speed that we have, because we are so fast. We bring that up a ton, but we're just so freaking fast. So how do we balance that, and then how do we use that to advantage? Does that mean, we're playing wingbacks or straight wingers? There's just so much, and it's just so. That's what's up with the wingers. Is like there's just so much going on right now, and I really think that we're just it's going to take some time to figure out.
I think this weekend, with Lewis off the report, it would be nice to see Lewis and Cabral start. I think that would be nice.
I'd rather have Galvan because he's played a little bit more.
Sure.
Have Lewis kind of come into that super role that Galvan's been doing.
Sure, but we also don't have access, and this is something I brought up on Twitter too. Someone thought I was being like, you guys don't know anything, you're just on Twitter. They have access to medical information, training information, whatever those weird sports bra tracker things provide in terms of information.
I thought it was a fashion
they have information that maybe Galvan's still on a minutes restriction. Maybe they don't want him starting. Maybe they don't want him playing 60. Maybe they only want him playing 30.
Yeah.
Then a whole second half or first half, and then 60, and then a start. I don't think it's going to be like, oh, well, he's healthy, let's play him. That's like, I think the Rapids have proven that, especially last year. Jack came back and would only play 45, right? The 3 times he was out, like when he was back, he only played 45. He didn't play 90. He didn't play 60 even after that 40. Like, he didn't play 90 after the 45. He played 60. So, it's going to be a slow burn with Galvan. It just is. And yes, we want to see him start long term because of the dynamic, how dynamic he is with the ball at his feet. But I think you need to see Cabral starting sooner than later, and he needs to find that dog, which is, I think, it's going to help with Rubio being out there, and it's going to help with Bryce being out there because those two bring that, and I think it will just elevate the collective dogness to bring out some dog out of our Frenchmen.
I need the French bulldog.
The French bulldog.
There you
Oh my God, the least intimidating dog on the planet.
That's completely
Disagree. Ferocious.
Well, like, that's completely fair, though. Like, that's the correct assessment. Like, the assessment is like, hey, Galvan takes time. Why isn't Cabral ready?
Yep.
Hey, he might be doing well, but what's holding him back? Like, that's a fair question.
And we don't know.
Don't know.
Everybody is, it's all projection,
Yeah. Also, they didn't have preseason in Denver, so the altitude might be a thing for them.
Well, the first half of
last
preseason
home.
was at 7,000 feet in Querétaro.
Yeah.
Was Cabral there for that one?
No. Yes.
Cabral was.
Cabral
right,
was. The other 3 international newcomers were not.
And Max, who did play the whole game.
All right, that's what's up with the Wings. All right, next one. Who is the real Lalas Abubakar? This is an interesting one because we have seen not just good and bad Lalas. We have seen like best case Lalas and worst case Lalas, and we're 2 games into the season.
You saw 2021 Lalas, and then you saw 2022 Lalas in
Oh.
the span of 2 weeks.
And what you saw in the second game was clearance, like aerial battles, the physicality, the ability to recover. It was awesome to watch, man. Awesome to watch. So, which Lalas are we getting going forward, right? Like, where?
We're getting Lawless Prime, which is what we saw Saturday.
You think so that's the thing?
I think that's the real Lawless.
Yeah.
And I think,
Or closer.
bad Lawless that happened in game 1, I think was a wake-up call. Whatever was going on, like, to make that drastic of a change, to snap into it. Somebody had mentioned, are we covering Ted Lasso during the show? We don't know. Interesting idea. We'll think about it. But, to go along with that comment is Lalas truly was a goldfish, like he left game 1 behind and worked straight into being the best Lalas, which we saw. Some of those tackles were incredible. Just watching him lay out and get the ball back and save the day. And I think that's the real Lalas. So,
Grant, how many times have you said Querétaro out loud? That's what I want to know. Who says that? I think I've said that word out loud 4 times. I'm not going to get it right.
I'm different. I've said it plenty of times, but completely different circumstances.
Yes.
There's a team named Querétaro out in Mexico.
But see, if I try and say it like Yaya says it, I just look even more like an
and
asshole.
the thing is, I'm Mexican. I
Because
speak
then I get it
Spanish,
wrong.
bro.
Then I get it wrong with an accent, and that's even worse.
I was gonna say when they played down in Mexico, that was my solve.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
again,
dude.
there's completely
What the
different
hell?
to my first language of Spanish. Like,
Yeah.
like, there's a complete difference why I can
Yeah.
say it normally, and Mitch struggles. Like, Mitch doesn't speak Spanish, and we can all tell.
I think we're all in agreement. I think the loss we saw is probably. I think the expected outcome of his average game will be closer to what we saw this weekend than what we saw in Seattle. We're all in agreement there? No, you think it's going to be closer to Seattle?
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
I think the mental mistakes we saw him all last year too. I'm starting to look at the big picture, and I'm trying to be hopeful. I like
Doesn't
Lalas.
sound like it.
I am. Like, I'm very positive.
Big
almost
picture
in
of just
everything.
last season or last season plus the season before.
This season, this
'Cause
season.
that's very
I'm looking
different.
at all three, but even then, like, you saw more mistakes from Lalas, and you've seen them more recently than you have the good Lalas. You've had
True.
one good game in the last 2 years, if you count this year and last year.
Oh, I think he's had way more than that.
Like, really,
He's had
good
way.
games?
Yes.
You think he's had more good games than bad games?
Yes.
Wow, I don't think so. I think
Yes.
he's had
yes.
more bad
I think,
games.
I think the problem with the defender specifically is the bad games are too loud. You don't notice how the good game. He had, dude. He was. Yes, he had
I
a
think
lot
the
of good
back
games.
line struggled.
I
as a
think they
unit
did, and I
last
think
year.
Maxu really helps that out. And I'm hoping big time for Lalas because I think he's the perfect complement to Maxu when he's playing right.
Yep.
I'm hoping that Lalas is good. I'm not trying to knock on the guy, but I'm trying to like look at everything in his recent form. He's only had one good game in my opinion, the last 15 games.
Wow.
And I'm like,
I'd have to look at game grades and like actually dig into it.
Yeah, and
nothing
that's-
jumps off the top of my head, but
I'm looking at that SKC game. I'm looking at that Asta game where him and Danny had a lot of mistakes and weren't
Yeah.
communicating correctly.
Yeah.
And a lot of it could be because of Danny Wilson. That wasn't a great communicator, not a great leader, but not great. Maybe Max was better at it.
Maybe.
And maybe it's helping Lalas.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the sort of thing he needs. But again, I want to hope that Lalas is good, but I think they're going to have to bring in somebody like Keita. Bombieto's unfortunately out.
I'm ready to see Keita. He looks good, man.
Yeah, Keita's dope.
I'm
Keita-
ready for Keita.
Funniest dude on the team, maybe.
Yeah.
For sure. But
All
yeah.
right. All right. We got an ad ready to do real quick, and then we're going to jump in to the San Jose game. Guys, the homies, Shady Rays, baby. Get those sunglasses. I wore mine walking my dog this weekend a couple times. Felt so cool putting those on. Those shades they sent us. They're so cool. Kick off the new year with new gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered from the sun to the slopes with premium polarized shades, customizable snow goggles, and much more. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. That's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. If you don't love them, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out the best deal of the new year. Go to shadyrays.com and use code DNVR or visit them in store at Park Meadows Mall for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 rapids by over 200,000 people.
And your Shady Rays are a great accessory for your courtside fit because Breck Brew and DNVR are teaming up to give away a once-in-a-lifetime game time experience. You get to sit courtside at a Nuggets game as they face Pelicans. Maybe Zion's back. You got Brandon Ingram back in the lineup. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's going to be so fun. Breckenridge Brewery and DNVR have teamed up to give some lucky DNVR fans the ultimate game day experience. VIP tickets, Lexus Club access, parking, and DNVR merch. It's really easy. It's a lot of fun. Today we actually have the Avalanche one. And so that whoever won the Avalanche giveaway gets to go and sit behind the glass today. You can do the same thing for Nuggets if that's your cup of tea. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy to enter. We have links below the YouTube channel. Also, you can just go to the dnvr.com/brecksweeps and you can enter. You just have to be 21 or older. And it's that simple. It's going to be a great time.
Love that. Yeah, I'm handing off the shirts to the winner of the Avs one today.
Yeah, you get merch too. It's one of the best times to be alive.
Let's go. You know what else is going to be a great time to be alive?
I got a feeling you're going to tell us.
April 1st. Do you know what's happening April 1st, fellas?
I know some pranks, but this one's not it.
This is not a prank. This is a real deal, bud.
For real.
On April 1st, I know a lot of you are season ticket holders, so this is maybe to the non-season ticket holders that listen and want to join us. We have a whole gang of tickets for the LAFC match. You with the cost of the takeover, you get the bus ride, you get a ticket, you get a DNVR Rapid scarf, and we cover you for the C38 tailgate. A bunch of the DNVR homies will be coming out. Yahya will be there.
I actually will.
Duane will be there.
Yep.
Maybe super
Always
producer
am.
Carroll will be there. Watch Carlos Vela and Opaku.
Oh yeah. Dude, by April, Kale's gonna be MLS built for sure.
He's
gonna go.
His Twitter's gonna
Yes.
be MLS.
Yeah,
MLS friendly.
He'll have his shirt ripped off at the first goal, just like the C38 homies dancing around. It's gonna be awesome.
He's gonna be leading the chants.
yeah.
At that point, like,
It's gonna be a super fun time. We really hope you guys can come out. I will be doing the whole bus thing, hanging out at the tailgate. I'll jump upstairs and do the media thing during the game. But come hang out with the DNVR homies. I know Andre will be out like he came last summer.
it'll be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be super fun.
Best tailgate in all of the MLS.
Yeah, I think
Real
we
fun.
have 30 tickets. No, 29 tickets, something like that. Because we did the Avalanche takeover. They helped us out by doing a Rapids takeover. So it's going to be a super fun time. Please keep an eye out on socials. We'll drop links for that.
You get an up the pit scarf.
And you get an up the pit scarf. So definitely.
Now's your chance to get your DNVR.
It's pretty good value when you
Rapid
consider
scarf.
champion, defending champs, merch, bus, tailgate, ticket. Pretty fun time. So that'll be a good time. Yeah. Check that out. Okay, moving on. This weekend, Saturday night. What's the arena? StubHub? Something like that?
El terremoto.
Who cares? I don't know what you just said. What'd you say?
The earthquake, but in Spanish.
Oh, cool. I like that.
It's very rolly.
I like that. 8:30 kickoff Mountain Time against San Jose. This is a team that I think if you're just looking at game one, right? Like after game one, I was like, oh, they're going to San Jose on their next road game. They're going to give up 4 goals again. And then I watched this game, and I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe they give up
2
none
goals.
or 1. Yeah, like I do think that they are a very potent offense.
Oh, very.
I think they have a lot to figure out, much like the Rapids, in terms of shaking up, everything there.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with you, man. If you're looking at this, I don't even want to think about San Jose. I want to think about just the Rapids here, right? Just this game. What do you want to see the Rapids improve first? Obviously, there's a laundry list, but first, what do you want to see them improve going into this game?
They've, in my opinion, this last game proved to me who the Rapids can be. I want them to finish a chance. Just one.
Oh, score a goal?
Yes, I just want
What
to
a
see
concept.
Like even if you lose, just get one in the back of the net because you've had the field tilt is favoring you. You've been mostly in their final third. You have like a high percentage of passes in their final third. Just finish it. You've created chances. You've been there. I want somebody to get the ball in the back of the net. That's all I care about this game, even if you lose.
Okay. Honestly, I think that's where every Rapids fan would start, right? Like, score, and then score. But start with 1. Have to score 1 before you can score 2 and 3. Duane, what would be your area of improvement?
I mean, that's it. Look, our midfield, agree with me or don't. It doesn't matter. Our midfield is good. It's Max coming in, Ronan coming in. Even with Price out, like I am feeling real good about the midfield.
Me too.
I think it's our strongest area on the pitch. Our defense was looking significantly better last week. I don't think our offense is horrible. I just think, again, it's nervy. We still haven't figured out who's going to play the wings yet. But I think once that first ball gets into and hits the back of the net, all of that collective nerviness and just weirdness that is going on with the pressure to score this first goal of 2023 is going to, I'm not going to say it's opening the floodgates and there's going to be 10 goals or anything like that. But I just think the level that this offense, that this group of forwards gels is going to be significantly higher right away, because I think that that's going to come off of their shoulders, and you're going to see the wingers playing better with, Yappy or whoever's up there at striker is just going to look more comfortable, and it's going to look better just having that off of their back.
Yep. Look, I think there's going to be some goals, man. Like 2 games without a goal in the middle of the season would be frustrating, but no one would be thinking it was the end of the world, right? But 2 goals at the start of the season, all of a sudden everyone's asking the biggest questions. We just did it. But goals are going to come. Goals are going to come.
They're also super unlucky, just really unlucky as of late, man.
Yeah, I think they're -3, whatever. I mean, whatever their XG is, which I think is 3.46, somewhere in there. That's what they're minus right now, right? They finished last year almost -5 in XG, which sucks, especially when your opponents finish plus 5 in XG. That also sucks. Look, I think that'll come around. B-Ray took my my idea for this weekend and what I want to see. I want to see that midfield that played in the second half, where you put Ronan back at the 6, let him distribute, and have Max and Bassett drift up into those zones right on the edge of the box. And just start to cook a little bit.
I think that was our first glance.
I think creatively it's
seeing this team gel is what you just said. Having that group in the second half was like the first sort of view we got of what this squad looks like when they start to gel.
Yeah, man, and that speed. I mean, look, I like Ralph. Ralph has that dog. I think he has a long way to go in terms of being a 60 to 90 minute player in the MLS. And I think we all saw that. And it's great that he got those minutes. It's great that he had a good enough camp that Fraser had the confidence in him to start.
You were about to say the balls, weren't you?
It's a family show.
I said it.
You can't say balls, okay?
Balls arena.
Can't say balls. No, I think Max has proven. Now he doesn't have the goals or the assists to really back that up, but I think if you look at how he finished the season and how he's played so far, I would like to see him get the start and play that 8 to 10 that Fraser is so into, having 2 of those 8-10s. And I think you have right. So then your attack with speed back, right? Like Max and Cole can get back, but then your attack is hopefully Cabral, Max, Bassett, and Mikey, Galvan, whoever. And then you have Yappy in the middle, and that's awesome for me. Yeah. Give me that.
It's crazy to think that the Rapids have about 2 to 3 potential 10s that are can be up there if they stay in the MLS as some of the top 10s in the league. They're high end. Can be like some of the top 10s in the league, and a league that's failed and packed with top 10s. Like I see Max, and I kind of think a little bit of Emmanuel Reynoso. Okay. And I kind of compare him a little bit to that. The way he kind of plays very silky smooth,
he's so
very
smooth,
operating, like the way he operates the field. Sorry, the pitch.
Yeah. You can say.
You can say.
I know I can.
This is America.
It was tongue in cheek. But
there's no gatekeeping.
I was actually talking to Duane about this. That if Rubio does come back, what if you have 2 strikers up? He's already listed out, but if you do have 2 strikers up, 2 strikers have a 3-4-1-2 with Cole being your 10. You got Rubio and Yappy up there. Then you can have Max and Ronan be your double 6 and 8 kind of. Then you can have Galvan on your left, and you can have Keegan on the right, and 3 center backs.
Spicy.
Fire.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options on this team now. And I really like Max. My biggest issue with this game is going to be defensively, like it's always been. Very potent attack from San Jose. Christian Espinoza, dope. You have Cade Cowell, dope, future Mexico player. And then you also have Abobasi, who is a goal-scoring machine.
Oh, God. Okay.
It's super.
Thank you for saying his name, because I always mess that one up.
That's a great.
He's got goals in both games so far.
He's so sick.
Yeah.
He is honestly one of my favorite non-Rapids in the entire league. And I think what you do, right, is you just tell Maxu, that's your guy.
Mark him.
Do not leave him.
Is he fast enough though? That's the
He's
issue.
big enough, and I think that matters.
I think it's
you just have to change the angles enough, right? You just have to be big and in the way. I think I'd like to see Beta at left back. What do you guys think about that?
Beta.
Yeah, I want to see Beta get. I think he was awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. Give me Gersh.
You want to give Gerst another? I think that's fine too. I don't think there's a
Yeah.
wrong answer there. I think he deserves to. I don't like.
I think Beta earned it, but I think Gersh doesn't deserve it. But I think he should be considered because of the speed out in the wings.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my biggest thing.
Fair.
I don't.
It's scary. It's
I
because
wonder
those
how
mistakes
much
will burn
faster
them.
Gerstback really is than Beta. I think the old man still got some wheels, dude.
He does, but Gersh was also kind of fast.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, he looked
Well,
not
physically.
good.
Yeah,
he looked quick.
Physically.
And the thing is, like, just give me Gersh. I mean, it's early in the season. You need to know what you got when you bought this player. Like,
And when you switch out, when you bring in 7 new players, you're gonna take some lumps.
yeah.
Like to me, that just happens.
Also, Beta was holding his leg a lot at the end of that game. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he got hurt or dinged up. It could have just been like a whatever thing. But
Maybe
also-
Keita.
Keita would be dope on the left. That's something I've been a proponent of because I think Keita's dope. Again, I'm not against Beta starting. I think Beta would be the smart choice.
I think Beta for 45 to 60. Bring on Gerst after that.
Yeah, and again, I'm okay with Beta.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want Beta. I thought Beta was dope. But if you bought this player, you need to see what you have in him. One game is not a big enough sample size.
Yeah.
And it's early in the season. Take it. Like, work with it.
You want to take that chance against a very offensive powered
Yes,
team?
because that's one of the top. You already started against Seattle. Let's see what he does against another good team. You need the top end talent to see how good he really is.
So that's where I feel Beta is the start for me to kind of settle the Quakes down, because I'm guessing they're going to come out hot and heavy and they're going to press pretty hard. And I think
Yeah, they do press.
having Beta there being the vet and the lead, just that kind of helping the leadership out like he did last week. I'd like to see him on, like maybe it's just for the first 45.
Yeah.
To keep them from getting too crazy, just to settle it down,
Stabilize.
establish the defense, and then if he needs the break, then either at half or maybe 60 in, like Mitch is saying, then maybe bring Gersh in and see, let that speed kind of help kill the second half.
I really am curious how they're going to deal with Espinoza too. He has 2 of the 3 assists for them so far this season, keeping him under wraps in the midfield, which hasn't been the problem. I don't think the central midfield has been an issue defensively yet.
No.
It's something to keep an eye on, right? At some point it's going to be, right? That's just how it works. But
And also, I mean, San Jose doesn't have a great defense.
no, they really don't.
So, like, again, it's like great offensively, but again, if you can get them in translation, which the Rapids have struggled a little bit, you can score a couple of goals on them. Yapping could get a
Yappy's
header.
going to get one in 47 seconds or something.
Dude, he's had
I know,
opportunities
I
in the
know.
first 2 minutes over and over.
Let's
and real
go,
quick,
look how
Mark,
much
I'm not trying to tell you that
There's an easy button to push on Yaya.
Yeah, and it's just
it's the yappy button.
It just says yappy and it's right in my stomach and my ear, man. Real quick, Mark, I'm not saying they're top prospects. I'm not saying that Max and Bassett are top prospects. I'm saying they have the potential to be high-end players. I'm saying that if they reach their very high potential, they can be some of the best players in the MLS if they decide to stick around.
Sure.
B-Ray had a good point about Beta. He is a San Jose Earthquake legend. I think you give him at least a few minutes if this is his last game playing there. Right.
Yes.
If.
I'm in.
Why are you trying to retire my guy?
I'm
Beta?
not. He's my guy. He's my guy.
I'm okay with Beta starting. The only thing is
Yeah.
I'd like to see a little bit more of Gersh just to get a better evaluation of him.
Yep.
It's not that Beta didn't do well. It's not that I think Gersh is good. I want to see what they have a little bit more.
So your changes would be Gerst back in the back, Max in the midfield, Cabral on the wing.
Cabral and Galvan.
Okay.
I think Galvan has shown me enough that he's okay to play 45 minutes, even if it's at the beginning.
I don't know that though.
Yeah.
That's something we can't know.
And
Because they're
no,
not
and
going to
we
tell us.
don't.
They're not going to hand us his physical.
Exactly. And
Right,
that's what I'm
so-
saying. Like, I think he's shown enough. In my opinion, as a fan that wants him out there, I think he's done enough for him to play the first 45, maybe the first 50, 60, and then have him come off for Mikey, another speed demon that just can kind of take over.
Look, just on this point, I think I'm all for questioning tactics or thinking that you would have done something differently. Medical, I'm never going to pretend that I know better, right? When it comes to recovery, strength,
Yeah, of
conditioning, medical. I'm never going to pretend that I know better than the Rapids do.
No, of course. Me neither.
If they say he's not ready to play 60 or 45, I'm going to have to believe them.
Yeah, again,
Because
it's
I'm not a doctor.
It's not that we're smarter than them.
Dr.
This is
Soccer.
Yeah, and this is my opinion because I
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
heard
Dr.
anything from the club.
Soccer.
You know what I mean? We haven't heard anything from the club. It's just me wanting him out there,
Yeah.
me thinking he did enough,
Yeah.
but I don't know how he's holding up. I don't talk to him. I don't check his knee. I don't know how he's feeling after
Correct.
every game.
Correct.
So this is me looking at it with an eye test.
But I think he looks good out there. He looks comfortable.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all we really care about. All right. We're going to get into the rest of the West. But first, we have to talk about our homies. Illegal Pete's, dude. We're going there today.
It's true.
We're going to go kick it with the homies down at Illegal Pete's Colfax.
4:00.
This episode of DNVR Rapids is brought to you by Illegal Pete's. This March, donate by drinking. Have you ever been asked to donate in a better way? You literally donate by putting down some drinks.
We do that for free anyways.
Yeah, but now you're going to do it for a cause. This March, Illegal Pete's is teaming up with Tito's and Denver's Youth on Record program to help raise money for future musicians of Colorado. Youth on Record provides underprivileged children in the Denver community with music-based strengths and skills that will give them the platform they need to accomplish their dreams. For the entire month of March, Illegal Pete's will be donating $1 to Youth on Record from every vodka fresh press sold. Stop by one of Illegal Pete's 10 Colorado locations, order a Tito's Fresh Press, and know that your money is going to support Colorado's next big star, Illegal Pete's, your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beer. Okay, let's see. My tip of the week.
You got to sing it, Duane.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Susie saying vodka for kids.
Vodka for kids.
Vodka for kids, everybody. But now, more important than that, it's Mitch's Pete's tip of the week.
Oh man, if I say the one I want to say,
You got to say
every
it 'cause
line
we're
worker
going.
is going to be so mad at me.
It's too late.
It's okay.
You've got to
Just
say
say
it. Do it for DNVR Rapids.
Do it for Pit
not
Nation.
for Illegal Pete's.
All right,
The pit people.
I'm sorry, Illegal Pete's line workers. I'm sure none of you are listening to this, so who cares? There are these things called super tacos at Illegal Pete's.
Super taco.
Yep.
Okay, I'm interested.
So they press fresh flour tortilla, nice and hot, ladle some queso on, put some crunchy shells down, and then they make your tacos.
Kind of like a
Cheesy
Taco Bell
gordita
Supreme.
crunch.
Okay,
is what you're
dope.
thinking of.
Dope.
But with queso instead of melted cheese.
That's even better.
Now, how does one order that? Do you just say, I want a super
Yep,
taco?
they'll
and
know
they
exactly what
it
you mean.
means?
You can do it with guac too for you vegans out
you
there
go.
and vegetarians, and whatever.
That's awesome. Actually, I want to try that.
But they will not like you for ordering it. So that is the warning. If you're okay being that guy, go ahead and order him.
I'm that guy.
But
anyway.
you will be that guy. That is like the important part of that is you will be that guy. They're great, but you will be that guy.
Yeah, it's fine.
There you go. If you're cool being that guy, that's Mitch's tip of the week.
There's a
Boom.
price. There's a price for super, and being that guy is it.
I
Hey.
am Yaya and I am super. So
It's
it's kinda-
true.
That's true. Super tacos for Super Yaya. I like Grant's idea for a segment here. Dr. Soccer. I'm so into this.
Or you just walk in with the.
I just have like,
and
yeah, like the headband with the light on it, like old school doctor.
Giving
I would-
horrible medical advice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
I would
just
love for you to come in and just ask
malpractice.
Mario Doctor. Like
Dr.
the
Mario?
Dr. Mario.
We're gonna call it malpractice with Mitch.
That's actually a very good name for it. We make a whole graphic for this.
Oh boy.
We're going to the costume shop after this.
All right. Well, that's awesome. Thank
Real-
you, Grant.
Real quick before we go
Yeah.
any further and enter the last segment, give us a like. We only got 10. There's about 25 of you in the chat. Please get the likes up. It really helps us.
Please,
It helps
Doesn't
us
like
keep
hitting
doing
the
this.
button with the little thumbs up on. it.
please.
The best way to support Rapids and support us is by giving us a like on YouTube and just listening to us on the podcast. That's all we need. Nothing crazy. Nothing. You don't have to spend any money on us. Just give us a like and you listen to the podcast.
It don't cost you nothing to hit the little thumbs up
Don't
button.
cost you nothing.
Don't cost
Nothing.
you nothing. It's free.
Okay. We're 2 weeks into the West, right? 2 weeks into
We
the MLS,
are.
but
We
2 weeks
are.
into the Western Conference specifically. How should we go about like?
Contenders and pretenders.
I think it's too early for that. Let's go with
That's the fun
surprises.
Surprises.
Surprises,
I've got a surprise.
because
That sounds intimidating and like I need HR.
well, there's a hey. You might need some HR after we go hang out and drink pizza margaritas for hours down on the patio. Look at that, just up to 14 right there. Thank you, everybody.
And an emoji thumbs up. That's an extra.
Let's go.
Extra
I mean,
long.
okay. Obviously, the biggest surprise is the team pretty much straight line to our east, St. Louis City FCSC.
St. Louis City.
FCSC shirt.
SCFC.
Need it. They have 6 points. They have 6 points.
Against Austin and LAFC.
No,
Didn't
Austin
they
and
play?
Charlotte.
Oh,
yeah,
I
it was
thought they
Charlotte.
played LAFC.
No, it was Charlotte.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yo, we're this close to
I
getting
know. I really thought. I don't know why I
Damn,
had
just
that in
jumped
my
up
head.
to 20. Let's go. Wow. Let's go.
That's the thing. If you ask, people will do it. Like,
Thank you.
Thanks for the thumbs up.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Man,
But yeah, St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Craziest moment in the MLS probably so far when Austin just passed to that what's his name? Who plays up top for them? Passed to his old teammate. He scores an easy goal. They win.
that was quite a pass.
There's twice now that Charlie did the same thing the last week.
You're right. Oh, sorry, Joseph. You're right. St. Louis City FC.
Do you have to spell
SC.
out city?
Wait, which one is it?
C-I-T-Y.
It's SC.
But the shirt said FC.
We
I
found
need to
a
buy
shirt.
it. I need to
sent
buy
a
it.
shirt
I
to the
need it.
guys
I need
that
it. I need it.
my buddies who are St. Louis fans sent to me, and there's a shirt you can buy, and it has the St. Louis City SC crest on it. But then, just because some designer used the template and didn't think, above and below the crest it says St. Louis City FC.
I need it.
So
I need
the
it so
badge
bad.
is right there. Just read the badge. Don't put FC.
They don't know
on
how to
there.
read, Duane. They copy
Apparently
and paste.
not. Apparently not.
Cody, my guy,
Anyway.
4-1 final. That's
City
right.
SC.
Shout out Zach whenever you listen to this.
Shout out
4-1, baby.
Zach, that's
Let's
funny.
go. He knows what's good. Okay. All right, looking around. If you look at this, okay, so one, Seattle's at the top with 6 points. Then St. Louis with 6 points. No one else has gotten results. Well, let's see. Is there two? No. Literally, no one has gotten points in 2 games except for those 2 teams in the West. Which is kind of a crazy
That's
stat
wild.
to me, right?
Especially, yeah.
Only 2 Western teams have gotten points from a game.
With the caveat that LAFC only played 1 so far. LAFC
Correct.
has only played 1.
Well, that means Galaxy's also only played one.
Yeah, but Galaxy sucks, so it doesn't
That's
matter.
true.
That's why I didn't mention them, because they suck.
That's very true. With the Colorado's 1 point, they're in 11th. There are 3 teams below them with 0. That is Vancouver Galaxy and the Dynamo.
Take that. Dynamo sucks.
At least 2 of those teams are way worse than the Rapids.
Dynamo suck.
Stink. Capital stinky.
I had them low on my prediction for a reason.
Clothespin on the nose. Stinky.
Wow.
Fair?
Yeah, I think so.
It's fair.
They stink.
I just feel bad for them.
So, I mean, I don't think St. Louis is going to hang out. Someone was telling me, and apologies if you're in the chat and you were the one that told me this. Oh, no. It was the guy that came out from the Kansas City Star that was up with
I
us.
think that was Grant.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Austin did this their first season. 6 points, 2 games, finished dead last. So, hey, maybe St. Louis keeps it going. Maybe the vibes stay up and somehow they have this miraculous opening season. I don't expect them to stay second in the conference.
Those are weird stats and data that don't mean anything.
What do you mean?
Like, because Austin did it, this other team in a completely different city with different players is going to follow the same
No, but
route.
what I'm saying is new teams always finish
It's
at the
an
bottom.
It shows that it could be
unexpected
fluky.
start. Yeah.
It's a fluky start.
That first
it
one
could
was
be.
a little
We
fluky,
won't
but
say
good
it
for
is
them.
until we
I'm
know
happy
it.
for
No,
them.
it is.
I will say, man.
Look, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm
going,
wrong, but
St.
I'm
Louis.
fully willing to
Happy
be like,
for
that
you.
is a fluky start.
The one thing that really pisses me off about this is that Austin FC has Drusy, love Drusy, and then you look over to St. Louis, and then I don't like St. Louis, but they have
Zhao Klaus, dude.
God, Klaus is so
Oh,
awesome.
Zhao Klaus. Zhao Klaus.
Dude, he looks so
Oh,
old.
he's so dope.
Like, he's cool. Even when he celebrates, he's just like a likable guy in
I
my
love
opinion.
it.
I'm like,
Klaus is great.
and I hate it because I'm like, oh man, fuck these guys. But I'm like,
I think there could be a real rivalry there.
there is because of the Cronkies. If you look it up, if you look Colorado Rapids up, there's people in the mentions like, can't wait till you come to St. Louis so we can show them Cronkies who we are. And I'm like,
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Oh,
there's like
yeah, they're ready
Cronkies
to
are always
destroy the
super
Rapids,
hated.
yeah.
People are actually circling the Rapids on their
Let's
calendar. 'cause of
go.
the
I
Cronkies.
love that.
I'm not saying everybody, but I've seen
love
it.
that.
And it's just like again.
I think they're here in April. I think it's April. I'm not sure.
St. Louis I think is a good team. I don't think they're as good, but I think they play very cohesive. They very
look good, man.
They look fun. I'm not saying they're going to be in the playoffs, but again, they only have to be better than 4 teams.
They just got to be interesting.
Yeah, and they only have to be better than 4 teams.
They're better than everybody but one other team right now. So
it's a good start. It's about as good as you can ask for to start.
Yeah.
Santa Claus. Love that.
Looking around, Dallas, about where you would think they are. Minnesota is the same. Austin.
No, Minnesota's not the same. They won the game. They don't have a Reynoso. That's my biggest surprise.
Right, but I think you would consider them low end of the playoffs, high end of the play-in.
I had them
and so
out.
they're in 5th. Well, you had, I
had
them out.
That's
Actually,
why to me
they're super
surprising.
Should we update those now that there's a play-in? Does that change where you rank people?
No.
Okay,
No.
fair enough.
To me, it
late.
doesn't. To me, I
Too
just
late.
rank them as a table.
Yeah, that's forever. Those are forever and permanent.
And real.
And correct in my case.
Their receipts.
Kansas City, 1 point. Colorado, 1 point. Ugh, that's disgusting. Real, 3 points. Disgusting. I mean, is there any other early season storylines you've liked out of the West?
Not liked, but some that I'm like interested in.
Sure.
Would be Vancouver.
Being terrible?
Yeah, I did not. Their goalie is dope, by the way.
And having to play in CCL on top of that.
Their goalie is so dope. I love their goalie. They had a 1-0 lead against San Jose in San Jose till the last 15 minutes, I want to say. About 15-ish, 20-ish minutes.
Yeah.
And so San Jose just charged up because Vancouver's prone to mistakes.
Yeah.
And Joseph, you said over 3.5 road wins for the Rapids. I'll go over because I think they get lucky 3 times, and I think they beat Vancouver.
So it's beat Vancouver because Vancouver stinks, and then 3 lucky games?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think, I'd say
For the
4,
whole
though. But see,
season?
that's what I would say over. Road
That's
wins?
the over-under for the
Road
whole
wins.
season road wins?
Yeah.
They only had 1 last year.
Oh, it's way over.
How much is way?
Because
Because I say 4.
I think we could easily get
I said 4. That's why I said 3 lucky ones and then 1 Vancouver.
Maybe 5.
I'm going 6 or 7 road wins easy.
That's crazy. Easy?
Yeah.
Easy?
I'm looking at this list right
What
now.
is easy?
I'm looking at this list
The West
right now.
this week.
Yeah, I'm looking at this
Yeah,
list
but
of
the
games.
Rapids have to score goals first.
We're going to. It's 2 games into the season.
Without Diego Rubio.
Good grief.
Hype train. Let's go.
Everyone's ready to bury the Rapids.
I'm not saying-
and it's
I
just
just
2
don't-
games in.
Man, 6 or 7 road
Last
wins
season
after
is
oh,
over. Different
boy.
club.
I'll say 4
not
to
different
6.
club, but different squad.
4 to
It's a
6.
different squad.
I love the
And this
positivity.
is
Crazy.
And this is looking at the West because we are looking at when the
Okay,
They
any
go up.
players that have stuck out to
Time
you
will
so far?
vindicate me, Grant and Mark. Time
Dwayne is
and the
correct.
away
We
record
haven't even
will
gotten to
vindicate
beats yet.
me.
Dwayne's wasted. To me, the player that stuck out that I think has been fun to watch, and I'm curious to see how his season progresses, Evander.
first goal against LAFC.
They looked really good. He looks good. He's fit in already. That guy's the real deal. That was it worth $10 million?
Maybe. You don't know.
Maybe. That's a lot of money in the MLS to spend on one player, but
If it works,
he
it's
looks
worth
pretty
it.
dope so far. So that's a lot of money, bro.
Sticking with the Portland Timbers,
Yeah.
Mosquera,
Yeah.
their fullback,
Yep.
he might be better than Evander.
Me, I don't think so.
He might be. He turned into a winger against LAFC and completely dominated
you're right. You're right.
that side. I think he was on the right side, and I was just like, wow, this dude is really dope. I was really excited, and I'm like, I was excited to see Evander play against LAFC.
Yeah.
Then I saw Mosquera, and I'm like, this guy is so fun to watch. When I was watching the SKC and Timbers game, I couldn't stop watching Mosquera play. I was like, this guy's really fun. Mosquera to me is my standout. Positive.
Okay, cool. Anybody for you, Dwayne?
Just overall,
Just in the West, anybody you've liked to watch or has caught your eye early?
2.
Who? Whom?
I'll start my second placer first, which is Klaus. We talked about him already.
Zhao Klaus.
My other one
Jump
is
on
the
Klaus.
Colorado Rapids.
Yeah.
Rapids' own Connor Ronan.
Okay.
Man, I love watching that dude play.
Okay,
he's
let's
an
go. Let's bring it back to the
ankle
pins,
breaker.
baby. Let's go.
Just watching him run around other players is hilarious to me. He's clowning dudes.
He is
and
nice with
no
it,
one
man.
is paying
Damn.
attention to what he is doing to other teams.
I am excited to see
players.
him with Pricey.
I'm just excited to watch him. Just turn him loose, man.
To me, it's like, oh, we found our pricey replacement.
Oh, for sure.
That's okay.
No,
I mean,
it's
that's
fine.
okay. I mean, you know,
And he
I
signed,
love
he
Price
signed
to
a long
death.
deal, bro. Like, he's here.
Yeah, he's here for a while.
He's here.
They're trying to build him up to
We got to talk
be
to
a
him.
leadership role for sure.
We got to talk to him.
We gotta get him right here in studio.
But we got to talk to him at that event, and the first thing he said is like, "I'm just happy to be in a place that I know I'm going to be for a while,
Yeah.
and bring my family over and start a life with my family,
It's
not
so cool.
jump to place to place."
So cool.
He has stability.
Yeah, B-Ray's right. If we hit 6 or 7 road wins, it's like a 60-point season. That's insane. That'd be so sick.
Let's go.
Wow, Duane calls it 60-win season. All right.
I've taken the notes now. I will be making a graphic for all of you when I'm right. When we
He's
get
gonna
to
go out
six,
Is it just get the
6
graphics?
road
The
wins.
graphics just gonna be like Duane was right.
It's gonna be me with
In
a
our-
beautiful
in-
crown.
with our tear on the
Duane was
bottom.
right.
Like and he's gonna make a
along.
video where all the screenshots of all the chats. Duane is wrong. Duane's drunk, and then at the end it's just gonna say Duane's right.
It's right. It's gonna
That's
be a
so
beautiful
funny.
graphic.
All right, guys. We finish up every preview pod with our predictions for this week's game. A roadie. What do you guys feeling? What's your vibe right now?
Quake. Yaya is ruined me because he's convinced me that the Quakes are really good. And
They're
I
not
agree with
really
him.
good. I just think they're better than
They're
people gave
impressive
them.
though. Yeah, like
You gotta
they're
say
impressive.
earthquakes in Spanish again.
Terremotos.
Those guys.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so dope. All right, what's your prediction, Duane?
I am still trying to figure it out. I feel like logic tells me it's going to be 2-0 Quakes. My heart tells me if we score 1 goal, that will open things up and it will be 3-2 Rapids.
3-2 rap.
So it's
No defense. Awesome.
no, it's
Let's
fine.
go.
It's okay.
No, it's
you just
fine.
need enough defense to have one more save than the other team. So
Look at all this. 2-0 San Jose. 2-0 San Jose. 2-0. Come on. Yeah. What
I
do you
think
got?
that's grounded in reality. I think
Yeah,
it's-
I'm actually gonna try to something new here.
Are you gonna try and jinx it?
I'm gonna reverse curse the Rapids here. I'm gonna say it's 2-1 Quakes. I think Yappy gets his first goal. We've been calling it, but I think he finally gets it. And I think Ibovasi and Carroll will score for San Jose.
Cool.
So
2-2.
that's a good one, I think.
It's another drawing
2-2. I
room,
think that's a
unfortunately.
real-
It's another drawing
That's a
room.
point.
It's 2-2. I do think Yappy gets off one. And I'll say Max gets his first MLS goal.
Ooh, I'd like that.
How about that? All right. Yeah. Plug us out of here.
Again, give us likes. We've reached 20 from the last 2 shows.
21.
Get us to 30. Our goal is 30. So if you're listening to this on the pod only, go to the YouTube and just give us a like. Give us a 5-star review wherever you're hearing us.
Fuck you,
I
Jared.
like Jared.
What do you say? Before you say, up
Jared's
the
bringing
pants,
it in the
can we get
comments, and
Mitch
I
to
like it.
pronounce
Get
the
the hell outta
following?
here.
Yeah, we'll have him do that. It might become a TikTok, actually. but-
No, I'm not doing that.
No, but give us a 5-star review wherever you
Please.
listen. Spotify, Apple, anywhere podcast. Download it. Tell a friend. If they're a Rapids fan, tell a friend about us. We're fun. I think we're fun.
I think we're fun.
I think we're cool. Again, give us a lot of likes. Leave a comment. Comments
Yeah.
help the algorithm.
Yep.
That's the best way to support the Rapids podcast. Give us likes. Tell a friend. And just listen to us wherever you listen podcasts.
Yeah. All that. Duane, what do you got for us, bud?
Tune in to the post game. We'll see what
Tune in.
happens.
Tune
It's
in,
going to
bro.
be a late one, so real late night.
It'll be
post-game.
about the same as last time. I think maybe even earlier than the last one.
Last time was pretty
Yeah.
late, but things
We'll be
get
done
fun
around
when they're
11:30.
late. So
Yeah.
join us.
Yeah.
Pits After Dark.
Like and subscribe to the DNVR YouTube. Get your Die Hard membership. Get your free merch by doing so. Put me to work. Get your tickets for the takeover April 1st against LAFC.
Follow the DNVR _Rapids Twitter account.
There it is. Follow DNVR _Rapids. I can't even do the English version of this.
DNVR _Rapids en Twitter, por favor. Donde escuchen, donde estés, por favor, denos likes. Ayúdenos todos.
There you go.
And
And if you follow,
Tacos.
let's go.
if you follow
and-
RK on Twitter, tell him happy birthday.
Yeah,
his
it's RK's birthday.
today.
Shout out to the legend. Meet us at Illegal Pete's in about an hour. Come have some margs and tacos with us and hang out. And more important than all of that, baby,
Super tacos.
up the PIDs.